What's going on, wrestling fans? It is I, Steve Paul, and welcome to 10 Count. On today's edition, I am talking to one of my favorite members of the LWO. Don't tell Ray. It's Santos Escobar. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Steve. Thank you so much for this opportunity to have this conversation, and I'm just ready to
Of
go.
course. Now, we talked at Money in the Bank in London. I traveled all the way to London to see you, and we talked, and you inspired me. The words that you said about so many different topics really drove me into like, wow, this man knows what he's talking about. But today, we're going to talk about so many things like SmackDowns coming to Boston September 8th. I'm pumped. You're pumped. We're all pumped. Now, what can fans expect when the WWE comes to your town?
Well, the WWE is a top tier entertainment. Of course, you're going to see real life situations portrayed by larger than life superstars, just like myself, just like Rey Mysterio, just like Bobby Lashley, just like Charlotte Flair, just like the Brawling Brutes, just like Solo Sikoa, just like Jimmy and Jay Uso, the Bloodline, Paul Heyman. I can go on for a while. And also, we have an advertised main event, which is going to be WWE sensation Cody Rhodes versus Money in the Bank winner Damian Priest.
Oh my. Oh my. So get your
It's
tickets
gonna
now.
it's gonna be a top tier, top shelf, 5-star, world class event.
Oh man. I can't wait
Just
because
like just like Boston deserves. Yes.
of course, we deserve so much. We had Survivor Series, back in November, we had War Games. So, we
Yeah.
deserve this Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest match. But also, I want to dive into a little bit because recently you and Rey Mysterio were in a match, number one contendership for the U.S. Championship. Rey got hurt in this encounter. Now, what are the original plans for this match? Were you supposed to win? Because it felt like everyone was rooting for you to win. And then this dive happens, Rey gets hurt. Were plans change on the fly, or was that always by design?
The show that you got is the show that it was gonna be. I believe that it is important to, present a good show, and I believe that was the case that night. Uh, Ray and I went hard at it. That's what we agreed upon. We have a very long relationship. We have a bond, and when you have that, you go hard,
Yeah.
and that's what happens when you go hard. I'm just glad that he had a small mild concussion, but he came back hard, and then, well, you know what happened a couple of weeks after the fact.
Yeah, he won the U.S. Championship when everyone was rooting for you. It feels like for so long, the fans always think that Rey Mysterio somehow can be replaced by somebody else, a Sin Cara or a Hunico or anyone like that, even yourself. Is it possible even to ever even consider like replacing Rey Mysterio?
Well, speaking from I'm a second generation luchador, which means that right off the bat, people thought I was going to replace someone,
Hmm.
which was my dad. That, of course, never happened. And that, of course, will never happen with Ray, with Eddie, with Chavo, with no one. They are who they are, and we can emulate them. We can admire them. We can follow in the footprint of what they did, but we will never replace them. And it's my case. I people say, "Oh, you're like the new Eddie Guerrero, or you're the new Chavo, or you're the new Ray, or you're the new whatever." I'm the first Santos, and that's it. Even if my son comes and fills in my shoes in the future, he's gonna be his own man. And I think we should, just get rid of that. Uh, I accept, and I mean, if people wants to call me the next Eddie, I'm taking it. I mean, who wouldn't, right?
Yeah,
Who wouldn't? But my thrive for perfection in what I do is what sometimes gives me these comparisons. But I'm just trying to build my own legacy. I'm just trying to build my own path. I'm just trying to create a universe of my own where I can stand tall.
of course. And now, whose idea was it for LWO to return, plus having Eddie Guerrero's signature music at the top of it?
That was a joint idea, Ray and myself. That was an idea that I had since day one when I first walked into WWE. Of course, the idea was declined because I had just gotten here,
Yeah.
and it is important. I remember Hunter told me something along the lines of, uh, I want people to see you when they see you in the ring. I want to make a superstar out of you. I don't want our audiences to look at you and think of Rey or think of Eddie or think of some other nostalgic moment. I want them to think about you. And so, with that explanation, LWO was declined back in 2019. But I was awarded the opportunity to have my own faction, which is Legado del Fantasma,
Yeah.
with Joaquin Wild, Raul Mendoza, who then became Cruz del Toro, Electra Lopez, who was then uh, replaced by Selena Vega. But once we got to the main roster, the idea was there. And I believe everything in life, but in wrestling also, is timing. And then the time was right before WrestleMania, with Ray having his feud with Dominic, and then him being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I believe it was the perfect moment to do it. We all agreed upon it, and it happened. I just didn't know when it was going to happen. It was a legitimate surprise that it happened the night Ray was inducted into the Hall of Fame, which, in my opinion, makes the whole night complete.
Yeah. That was a wonderful weekend for Rey Mysterio, LWO, for a lot of fans of Eddie Guerrero as well. And
Oh, one more
yeah,
thing. One more thing.
yeah,
You asked about the song, about the
yeah,
Viva la
yeah,
Raza. Ray and I thought it was very important to have something that paid homage to the original creator of the group, which was Eddie. And anything short than wearing his gears in the ring, the Viva la Raza is probably the most iconic phrase, at least to our people.
of course. Now, what do you think? I love Eddie Guerrero so much, but someone like him still influencing today's wrestlers. You have wrestlers who have passed away, but their lineage kind of fades away slowly. Eddie Guerrero's, I feel like, is hotter than ever. Why is that? I love him so much, but why do you think that is?
I think because he became immortal. I think we're not ready to let him go. I think we will keep coming back to him over and over again because we love him, because the people that met him knew what he was about. He was for real. The people who idolized him knew what he was about, and he was for real. So you have one of those human beings that are legitimate in the ring and outside of it, and that's hard to come by. That's hard to find in this business or in life, for that matter. And like I said, I don't believe that we're ready to let him go, and we're just gonna keep coming back to him over and over again, out of respect, out of admiration, out of love. And why not? Because we want to be like him.
Of course. Who doesn't want to dance around and do frog splashes and drive amazing cars and hang out with China and have if you've never seen this match, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Halloween Havoc 97, it's on Peacock. If you have never seen Eddie versus Rey, or especially for the custody of Dominic at SummerSlam many years ago, those are matches you need to check out because they are outstanding. And speaking of outstanding, WrestleMania, over 90,000 tickets sold, not one match announced, not one match. That is showing you that the WWE and professional wrestling in general, the sports entertainment world, is just on fire with WWE. How do you feel about this being part of the company? And again, we are not even close to WrestleMania. It's April, Philly. It's gonna be great. How do you feel about this? Because this has got to be feeling good.
It feels great. It feels great. But now we all want to be a part of that party. And trust me, Steve, the LWO, Ray, myself, the boys, Selena, we're going to be part of that show. We're going to partake in this beautiful, wonderful, amazing extravaganza, the showcase of the Immortals,
Oh, yeah.
WrestleMania. And it's going to be my second WrestleMania, because I already had the opportunity to help Ray WrestleMania SoFi Stadium, which was awesome,
Yeah.
lovely. I will never forget that. But now it's time to lace up my boots and do some work, right?
Of course. Now, you mentioned, you were part of WrestleMania, but I was in Puerto Rico for Backlash. And you want to
Yes,
talk, I was at WrestleMania too. So I've been at all the PLEs this year. But Puerto Rico, the building was shaking. The ground was rumbling when you came out in Savio Vega and Carlito and Bad Bunny. It was a moment. Should Backlash, let's throw out the idea. Backlash in Puerto Rico, good idea or bad idea every single year?
I love it. I love it. And piggybacking off of that success, I've been loving to get a PLE show in Mexico City.
Yes.
And why not WrestleMania, the Aztec Stadium, 100,000 people in attendance. And of course, I guarantee Santos Escobar is coming out on top if that
I agree.
happens.
Mexico, PLE, WE, listen up, Mr. Paul Levesque, Mr. Sir, Mr.
Mr.
H, Mr. H.
Mr. Polovec and everyone in the room,
Yes,
listen up.
yes.
Mexico City, Aztec Stadium.
I remember years ago the rumor was Vince McMahon wanted to break a record having the most luchador masks in one place at one time. And if you're gonna go to say Mexico and go to a huge arena, well, I think that record could be broken there. Is that possible? Because I see all the luchador masks behind you. I know you used to rock one as well. So that is like, is that a part of the culture? Obviously it is, but having that Guinness Book of World Records, most masks in one place, it's a possibility.
Oh, we can arrange that. And it's easy. We can arrange that. I believe every Mexican family in Mexico owns a mask. So I'm pretty
Hey,
sure we can
I got
arrange
one
that.
here. I'm in Boston, so I'll bring mine.
We can arrange that. Yes, sir.
Let's break the record. I think that'd be awesome. Now, is there any
Well,
resentment?
but that's a show that's a record breaking show in and of itself.
Right.
Like the attendance, the stadium, of course, if we do the mask situation and the matches with masked people, so we can just create such an amazing show that will live forever. So I hope the whole room is watching up there.
Is there a particular arena at Mexico that you would see this being possible? Because obviously you want to have the most bang for your buck. You want to make the most money going to any town of any place. Is there like a place that you think, oh, this would do it instantly?
The Aztec Stadium.
Yeah.
That's it. Tradition, heritage, culture. That's what I'm about. That's who I am. And the Aztec Stadium would speak volumes of it.
Yeah, 100%. And I did mention Backlash for a second, but I was at a press conference in London with Money in the Bank, and I asked Damian Priest about Bad Bunny returning and maybe joining Judgment Day. I know he's part of LWO at heart, probably, but Damian Priest threw a T-shirt at my face that night. He threw a T-shirt at my face, and I caught it. I still have it. So, but Bad Bunny. Him, Logan Paul, there are so many people who are coming into the WWE who you think for years people had the stigma against celebrities involved in the WWE, but oh, they don't belong here. Well, it seems like they do belong here. Do you have any maybe update on Bad Bunny and when he could be back? Because I would love to see him back.
Well, Bad Bunny is a superstar. It's a WWE superstar now. Logan Paul is way into our shows now. So I think they're coming back absolutely. And I hope that more superstars, like global superstars join them because WWE is all inclusive and WWE is entertainment at its best. So we should have all the best entertainers. We already have them, but if there's someone out there who wants to join, welcome.
I love it. And now, one final question before we go. Is there any resentment right now? I know you yourself, but as the TV persona you have, is there resentment? And I know Grayson Waller brought it up recently on SmackDown where, hey, it seemed like you, Santos Escobar, was going to be the man who became the newest champion, defeating Austin Theory, breaking his record and all that good stuff. And Mysterio became that man. Are we going to see, or is there dissension in the LWO right now? A little bit, a tidbit.
No, no, absolutely not. Look, I'm not beneath wanting or coveting titles because, of course, they're accolades, but I was born a champion. I don't really need the title. I was born a champion. And in this particular match and show, the situation called for extreme measures. And that's when Ray came and to my aid. And the only goal we had that night was to retrieve that title from the cold dead body of Austin Theory. And that's what we did. Now I understand the jealousy, the envy, and all these adverse feelings, but I know they're coming from the outside. We, as a family, are stronger than ever. And let them come. Let them come. Let all the Grayson Wallers come. Let all the Austin Theories come. Let all the LA Knights come. If it comes to a mic battle, who knows? But if it's a wrestling match, they won't defeat us. That's it.
I love it so much. Now, one final thought. Again, SmackDown, September 8th, coming to Boston. I'm pumped. You're pumped. We're all pumped. If I have some children and me, my wife, we're going to be there. But if another family maybe is thinking about, should we go? Should we not go? What would you say to these people who are thinking about going out to see the greatest entertainment there is in the world right now?
I would just invite them. Give yourselves the opportunity to have an amazing, unforgettable evening by the hand of WWE superstars, such as, like I said before, Charlotte Flair, the Queen, LWO in its entirety, the Brawling Brutes, and like I said, that main event, WWE sensation, Cody Rhodes, and Money in the Bank winner, Damian Priest.
Yeah.
This is going to be a hell of a show. And of course, the Bloodline drama. So I want to be there. I will be there. And if I wasn't booked, I would book myself into the show.
Mr. Paul Levesque, he said it first. I didn't say it. But I got to say, Santos Escobar, thank you so much for being here on 10 Count. I cannot wait for SmackDown. I cannot wait for Payback September 2nd, Fastlane, Survivor Series, WrestleMania, 90,000, and Philly. Oh, so much is happening in the WWE. I cannot wait. But I've been Steve Fall. He's Santos Escobar. Have a great day, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.